Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. If you're a Corvette fan, you've come to the right place because we're celebrating the Millennium Yellow C5 Corvette at the 7th annual Corvette Funfest 2000 here in Effingham, Illinois. There are over 5,000 vets here, ranging from 1953 to the latest vet to roll off the line. The festivities have just begun and they're going to last late into the night. I hear there's even some talk about a Corvette carnival. Joining me now is Mike Yager, host of this Corvette extravaganza.
Welcome to the home of the Corvette, Dennis.
It's great to be here. What a lot of yellow.
A lot of yellow, a sea of yellow.
A sea of C5 yellow.
Yes.
So why the Millennium Yellow celebration?
Yeah, year 2000, yellow Corvettes, Y2K. Everything's yellow at Corvette.
So it's yellow 2K, right?
Yellow 2K, you got it.
That's great. Now, this is your 7th year, is that right?
Yes, sir, 7th year.
And it's grown quite a lot.
From 350 to we expect in excess of 6,000 cars here this year.
6,000 cars. And
Corvettes, I might add,
yeah,
not cars,
that's
but
right,
Corvettes.
It's all Corvettes. And I don't see very many trailers sitting around here. These cars are driven in here.
They've driven in from all over the country. We have registration from 38 states. We have people coming in from Alaska, Hawaii, Sweden, Switzerland, Belgium, Japan.
So it's a full international show.
All over the country. Everybody loves Corvettes.
Well, there aren't many shows that bring any more Corvettes together than this one does.
Well, we're not in competition with anybody. This is just our way to say thank you to our customers. That I tell everybody I'm the luckiest man in the world, and this is my way to say thanks. So this is my party.
You got the right name for it. It's FunFest.
FunFest.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Well, you got a perfect day for it, too, and everybody just seems to be having a blast.
Well, they're having a great time, Dennis, but when you have a lot of fun cars and fun people and the commonality of America's true sports car, why wouldn't you have a great time?
Well, that's one thing about Corvette people. They like to come together and have a good time.
I'm convinced that they all get together and tell stories about how cheap they bought their car and how fast they'll go. And in reality, they probably paid more than it was worth and it's not as fast as they think. But
well, I'm gonna get around and hear some of these stories and see what all's out there.
You'll hear lots of stories.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Well, this was truly a Corvette extravaganza filled with a wealth of activities. I was amazed that Mid-America turns a few acres in Illinois into a bona fide Corvette happening with over 6,000 cars. My eyes were dazzled with the wide variety of styles and paint schemes on these American sports cars. Okay, and this is an absolutely beautiful 54 Vet. Pretty rare car, not many made. How many?
Right, 3,600, so.
Wow, and even fewer 53s. There was only...
Right, around 353s.
But what's unbelievable about this, it's one thing to have it here at this show, but you drove it here.
We put a little about 500 mile on coming up to the show, yes.
Nobody drives these cars.
Well,
almost.
Few people, right, yeah. These dummies like me.
Well, you told me this is an early 54. How do I know it's an early 54 versus?
Well, the exhaust is short.
Yeah.
Later 54s are longer exhaust with baffles. And the earlier ones have flippers like the 53.
Oh I thought that was a crack. That's not a crack. That's
no crack.
Supposed to be that way.
The hinge mechanism for the top fits in here. They did away with that. General Motors got smarter.
Yeah.
Made a little filler here. And the carburetor's on the engine.
Yeah, what is this? This is a 6-cylinder, right? They were all 6s.
Correct. All 6-cylinder with power glide.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. There was no manual transmission option.
No, all
power
standard
glide.
shift.
Wow. Well, that's wild. And 3 side draft Carters?
Carters, right, yeah. Little 235, 150 horses.
It's such a great looking car and so European. I mean, the mesh on the headlights and everything, it just really was a very different car for 54. Well, congratulations for making it all the way in a 54 and thanks for driving it.
Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, right.
Great car.
That's neat.
Well, now this is drop dead gorgeous. 63 split window coupe. Bill, this is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And you've got it pretty much all stock correct.
Yes, yes it is.
Love the color. It's a stock color, but what is it?
Yes, Sebring silver.
Oh, that's pretty. And that was an option, wasn't it? I mean, you had to pay extra for that.
Yes, it was like $80 and some odd cents.
I think it was worth it. I love the fake vents and everything. Can we look under the hood? What's under there?
327, 300 horse.
Ooh, very nice. Well, that too is showroom clean, isn't it? Boy, and the dual snorkel air cleaner, that's really cool.
Yes.
What options do you have inside on it?
It's got the AM FM radio, which that was the first year for it, and it's got the power windows on the inside.
4-speed?
Yes, that was option 2.
Thing's got to be a blast to drive. But I tell you, from a styling standpoint, this is really what makes it. It's the split window, 63 only. That is just gorgeous.
Yes, thank you.
So when you were coming here, did you get a lot of looks?
Yeah, a few.
Well, it's really nice, and you did a very nice job on it.
Well, thank you very much, Dennis.
Keep it shining.
Okay, I sure will.
That is pretty. Well, Dave, this 68 Vette's a bit of a piece of Corvette history. It was the first year for the C3 body style.
Yes, it was. This is the first Corvette built to follow the contours of the Mako Shark concept cars.
Now, it's also got a lot of 68 only stuff on it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Corvette built a lot of things into this car that they found a better way to do in '69. 1 year only things that some of them didn't really make too much sense.
Well, so what are some of them? Show me some of the 68 onlys.
The most obvious, when you look at the exterior of the car, it's the only year for the push-button door handle.
Oh, okay. So this is just a grab, huh? Oh, I see.
Yes. One of the most unusual things is the mechanism to release the seats.
Well, how does it
back
work?
Seats. Well, normally you would expect a catch here or somewhere that you could find. This is all the way down the side.
Oh, gosh.
It's very difficult to get into, and the odd part of it is the passenger seat is the same way.
Not really engineered for convenience, was
Not
it?
very well. A lot of things that were definitely improved on in the next year.
Well, this was also the last year for the 327 engine, wasn't it?
Yes, the last year for the 327 block, and this happens to be a 350 horsepower.
So it was the big one.
Yes, this is the high output small block, if you will. And this was the days when this was all raw horsepower. There's no power steering, no power brakes. So everything that starts out here ends up back there.
And
Yep.
it's a real 350 horsepower, too.
It is indeed.
I bet it does go.
It does go. Sometimes it goes too fast.
Well, it's red. All the red cars go faster anyway.
Exactly, and the police seem to notice that.
Gravitate right toward it. Well, that's really cool. Keep it on the road. That's a beautiful car.
Thank you very much.
That is sweet. I was having such a blast that we stayed around for the Corvette Carnival on Saturday evening. Motoring through the English countryside, I had the chance to visit Coventry. You may know they build one of the most legendary automobiles in the world here, Jaguar. It's also the home of the Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust. These symbols of outstanding automotive design and engineering are kept in a controlled atmosphere for maximum preservation in this mini museum. I phoned ahead to arrange a personal tour of the collection with General Manager Howard Davis.
Dennis.
Howard.
Welcome.
At last we meet.
Absolutely. Really does look real.
yes, isn't that grand?
Looks better in real life. It really does. Welcome to Jaguar. Welcome to the Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust, our spiritual home, if you will. This is the home where Jaguar has been making motor cars for many, many years.
Of course, Coventry, England.
Here in Coventry, England, yeah. And more to the pointly, our centre here at the Heritage Centre.
Well, it's a wonderful place and a wonderful collection. Howard, you got everything from, the oldest to the newest, but how did the Heritage Trust begin? How did it come about?
I think we have to go back a few years to 1983 when Jaguar was very much part of Leyland Cars, which was a huge big conglomerate of motor vehicle companies. And it started to break away, if you will, from the nationalised thing. And the risk, obviously, is when something is broken away that a collection of vehicles could well be sold. So a trust was formed in which to prevent that sale of such vehicles. This trust actually today controls the use of the vehicles, whether they be dynamically used or static displays, and also maintains that they are, if you like, maintained, that they are a usable collection.
Well, and that's a good point, because many of these vehicles are used.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
they're racing at Le Mans.
Well, not quite racing at Le Mans anymore, but certainly we were there at the weekend demonstrating Jaguar's past from its 1951-53 win, right the way through its 50s wins with the D-types, right up to, in fact, the XJR 9 Silk Cut Jaguars, which really brought home Jaguar back to the national pride, if you like.
And those cars that were there came out of here.
They all came out of the collection, yes. We actually maintained them. And unfortunately, they've gone to the next event, which of course is Goodwood this weekend. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see some of that.
Well, now, in addition to having a stunning collection, and some of it's farmed out, in other places too,
Yeah.
but you also make the new Jags here.
This is the spiritual home of Jaguar here in Coventry, and today we produce the X308 sedan, car and the sports car as well.
Well, could we go see the making of some of these new Jaguars?
Absolutely. I'd like to take you. We'll start off at the beginning, if you like, and give you a quick whistle-top tour of the production facility here in Coventry.
Marvelous. Let's go.
Okay, cheers.
So Dennis, here we are inside the main assembly hall at Jaguar. This is where we actually produce assembled cars for both the sports car sector and of course the saloon. Now I took you in earlier to a body store where you saw 300 odd cars going along there. It now joins this line, which is about 1.5 kilometers long and comes out just there.
Oh, and the silver one, that's mine, is that right?
I believe you've ordered that one, yeah. I didn't quite see the deposit though. We do deal in all
It's
sorts.
in the mail. The check is in the mail.
Okay.
Now, where's the engine actually fitted to the car?
We have a section on the track which we call the marriage.
Marriage.
It's the marriage of the engine transmissions to the body. It's worth seeing.
Can we see it?
Yeah, let's go down and have a look.
I'd love to.
Okay.
So Howard, this is the chapel, right? This is the wedding chapel?
Yeah, this is the wedding chapel, if you like. This is where the car and the engine become a couple, the marriage. The object of the game is that we can actually place the engine and transmission, prop shafts, rear axles and exhaust system all onto these platforms, which enables the ease in which the assembly process is done. And then at a given point, of course, the engine will gracefully rise into its body.
And be mated to the body. Now, have you ever performed a ceremony?
Not really, no.
Well, the Right Reverend Howard Davis will now preside.
I think we could easily say that, do you, beautifully styled XK body, hereby take this 370 brake horsepower supercharged engine in a perfect match of style and power.
And I said I wasn't going to cry.
Yeah, I know. This, of course, is the base unit of something very, very special. The XKR, when it came out, took the world by storm. A supercharged V8 engine, 370 brake horsepower. But when we brought that out, we made something a little bit special. We called it the XK180.
Ooh, I've heard of that. You don't have one here, do you?
Well, we may just have. We may just have. And if I can, I'll try and get us a little ride in it.
Oh yes, well, let's give that a go.
Okay then, let's do that.
Whoa, don't ask me twice. I'll let you open it up even.
There you go.
Oh, the one and only, world's only XK180, right?
Absolutely, designed around what would be a modern day D-type at the time. 450 brake horsepower V8 engine, Tiptronic gearbox.
The works.
All the styling that you could ever wish to want.
Oh,
I think you better just shut that door before we go, because I think we better
may go fast.
Go for a ride.
Howard, this has been a great experience as a lifelong Jag fan. I think I'm in heaven.
There you go.
Shall we?
Yeah.